What's up there, Blooks and Shears, Crocodile Bus? So today I got a how-to video for you. So today, my backyard at nighttime when I let Doug out, it's dark. I'm going to go outside and put some lights up. So I'm going to show you certain things about electrical equipment, electrical components, and walk you through them. So, first things first, we got a, I'm going to show you where the breaker box is in my house. So in here, you got your standard breaker panel. Mine is a 200 amp service. Usually 200 amp services are like houses are like 2-story or bigger. My house is 2-story, so it's a 200 amp. Smaller houses usually have about 100 amp panel service. You still got your standard set of breakers here. What we're going to do outside, I don't have to turn off anything because I'm going to control it by a GFI. The GFI, basically what it does, it trips the circuit if there's like an imbalance between the hot and the neutral wire. So we'll use that GFI as my blocking point. Now, what a blocking point is, it's basically like you're blocking the energy. You're blocking the energy from that source you're working on. So, if you want to do electrical work in your house, I suggest that you guys do come to the breaker box, find out what circuit you're working on, and hit one of your breakers off, so you know that the energy is isolated. I got a tool outside I'm going to be using too to show you how to tell if you have energy or not inside the wire. So yeah, my panel I believe is it's a Siemens. You got I know there's certain types of brand. You have a Cutler hammer, BR breakers, Cutler hammer McCann handles, and then you got your Siemens. Also, you got Square D. Where I used to live, the main panel was a Square D panel. This right here is a Siemens. Siemens is a good brand. I think they're all good brands. I just think the prices vary. So, all right, Books Judas, let's go outside and I'll show you what I got so far. All right, guys. So I just got done showing you guys the breaker box. Now I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing outside here. So I got my tools right here. I got some electrical supplies. I'm going to show you what this is the wire I'm using now for the lights. All right, I got some ran already. Let me show you what I got. So they're here. I got this is your standard UF 12-2 wire. They call it UF because it's underground feeder cable. This wire you can bury inside the ground without running conduit. This is basically your conduit. This is what you would run if you didn't have UF wire. You run this in the ground and run your wire through it. Just protect it so nothing cuts it or anything like that. But this grade of wire here can be buried underneath the ground because the insulation on there, the gray stuff, it's very, very strong and it can withstand the weather. Well, you can use, I have to use this out. You have to use it outside too, because you can't use regular Romex wire. If you get on the basement, you see your panel box. See that yellow wire with the yellow jacket? It looks like this. That's like white and yellow and orange. That's your standard Romex wire. That's the only wire that can be inside. This wire right here has to be outside or underground. Or you can run PVC and run wire through it, like I did here. So what I got here, this switch right here I put is going to control my lights outside I'm putting up. This wire here runs to an outlet I had put out there already. And what I've done, originally with the house, there was a GFI right here before. This GFI was tucked in the ground. So what I did, I took a plate, a rising plate, and put it on top of here, so I can hook up my PVC pipe from the outlet, so I don't have to worry about trying to drill a hole through the wall, run the wire in the wall. I did this just so I can run my PVC all the way around to that switch. Now, I'm going to show you, because this is the reason why I didn't turn off the breaker. My blocking point over here is this GFI. The GFI has the line side and the load side. The way it works is, the line side is the wires that come from the power, the source. The power, or the power from the wires, go to the line side to power up the GFI, and also can power up other devices too if you want to tie something into that on the line side. But if you want your wires to be protected, like such since it's like the outside porch, you want your wires to be on the load side, because water can get sometimes can get in some of your outlets depending on what kind of houses you guys have, and if water gets in there, that can cause an arc fault if you don't have a GFI protected. The ground, that's why they call it GFI, a ground fault circuit interrupter. you know, it basically is like it's like if somehow water gets inside there, or if there's an unbalance of current, this will trip it off. You know, because you got a test button and a reset button. You know, your test button, you know, trips it out. If you guys haven't noticed there's a red light there. It indicates that the GFI is tripped. I'm going to reset that to restore the power through the line. But for right now, this is going to be my blocking point, because everything on that, whenever this GFI trips out, the power coming into the line side still has power, but anything on the load side of that GFI doesn't. I'm going to show you one of my power tools I have here. This is your standard ticker. You call it a ticker. What it basically does is you turn it on. You see I have a green light right there? You take this, you stick it in your outlet, and whenever this light turns red, it's indicating that you have power inside that outlet. So that's why I stick it out, and whenever I hit the reset button, it's turning red. It's telling me that there's power going through the outlet, going through the wire. Now that I have this on, now that I have it reset, this line coming right here, going to the outlet, when I take my ticker, it turns red, telling me that it has power. And now when I hit the when I trip the GFI, it stays green, telling me that there's no power going to this line, which is good. Alright guys, so what I'm doing now, I'm taking apart the switch to show you guys something. Now this is standard weatherproof cover for the switch out here. This switch has like a gasket material to block from like water or moisture getting inside there. Because if water or moisture gets inside there, that could cause an arc fault and something could trip. So, like I said before, my GFI right there is my blocking point. That's isolating energy coming from the switch. So everything I showed you guys my ticker, it's telling me that my current inside of here is dead. Nothing's going on here. So now what I got here, I'm going to show you. Your standard switch, you have two terminals. Your hot wires come to the terminal. The hot wire coming in goes on one side, and then the line that's going to your switch, goes in the other terminal. And you have a ground screw. The ground screw is for protection. What your ground screw does, it trips out of the circuit if something were to go bad. Any kind of fault in any kind of electrical equipment goes right through this ground wire and goes right to the ground to protect anything from surges, any arc flashes, you name it. So remember, the ground wire is always your friend. Now I'm going to take the switch out and show you guys some of the wires we have inside of here. So what we got here, guys? We got a black wire and a white wire and a green wire. So the gray is just insulation. You got a white wire inside of that. All right, so the white wire is your neutral. Any kind of load needs a neutral wire. So your black wire is what feeds power. You know, your black is basically, if you don't know what's going through black, just don't touch the black wire if you don't know if it's live or not. So and if you don't know if it is or not, always take your ticker and try to find out if it is. The black wire is your hot wire. This is where the juice comes from to power up your switch, and then power up your light. So you see here, I got black wire coming in, power up the switch, and going out somewhere else. Because I got it wrapped around the terminal there, and it's going out somewhere else. The top one here is going down. Is going to be powering up my lights outside I'm going to put up. So the black wire is coming in from my GFI over there, going to this pigtail, powering up the switch, and then going down the outlet outside there. The neutral wire, I have two here. Well, three. Yeah. The red wire is always in the hot wire too, but all I had was a red wire to use for neutral. So my red wires for this one is a neutral, but any other cases, it's a hot wire. The red and black are usually your two hot wires. Your white wire is your neutral. Your bare ground or green is your ground. Your neutral, basically all my neutrals I have are tie in Every neutral gets fed back and goes to the panel. It's basically like a return wire. You have a load coming to the light. Let's say a load could be a light. The hot wire is what's powering up the light, and you have a return from the light. So your return should be your neutral, your white wire. So every neutral you have here ties together in this little pigtail I have here. They call these things pigtails because everything looks like a pigtail the way you turn it and the way the wires come together. So the white wire is your pigtail. Or your white wire is your neutral. Black wires are hot. Black wire is where the live electricity is coming in. So if you're not sure, like I said before, don't touch the black or the white. And here's your bare ground. The bare ground wire or green is your ground. Alright guys, now I showed you the light, I'm going to start my project out there and show you some of the tools you need. So, before we do anything though, safety first. What I got first, I got my drill. I'm using this to drill holes and screw some boxes in. Screwdriver, this is a multi-tool screwdriver, so you got flat side, Phillips side on each side, different size there. What else got? Alignment pliers. I'm going to be using these to twist the wires and bend them all in one piece with that pigtail I showed you. Your dikes, your dyno cutters. Use these to cut wire. Your needle nooses. You're going to use these to tie the wire around terminals and make it tight. If you have like a little tight, you can't get something, you use this to grab it and tighten it up a little bit better. And here's some bits for a drill. Wood bit, saw through wood, screwdriver bit, screws in, strippers. These will be used to strip the wire, strip the gauge when I show you, and wire nuts. Tie the wire ends together. And these are just assemblies assemblies I have for the light out there. I'm gonna put up. Get that later. And your hammer. All right, guys. So I just got done running my wire. I just got done drilling a hole. I'm going to run my wire from here into that hole I just drilled. I'll drill a hole up there in the corner that you guys see. I'll be a little acrobat here. Take my wire I have and hit it. Stick it right through that hole. Okay, come with me. So that's where I ran it through. I'm putting the box right there and put the light on. Alright guys, here's the box I'm going to be using. So what we use some screws here, little 1-inch drywall screws to screw into the wood. Got a green screw there for your ground wire. So whenever you see this, take your bare ground wire, your green wire, and go clockwise. Make a little loop clockwise and go around that. I'll show you when we go out there and install this thing. So this is basically your light assembly. I'm going to put like these big giant floodlights in this to give us some light outside. You can adjust these little screw things here. You can adjust these lamps any which direction you want them to go. So that's what I got. Alright guys, I'm going to start putting this outlet box, or the light box on top here and screw it in. So I got my drywall screws, the screw gun. I'm going to make it happen real quick. So you take your wire, put them back in the middle here. So it looks just like that. You're going to take your drill, and your screws. I dropped one if you guys can see. Take this and we're going to screw it in. Just like this. So there's one. I got the other one dropped. And we'll go from there. Then you can do maybe grab the wire itself and just pull it back. So you get some insulation showing. Now if you just zoom in here, you can see that's the neutral wire, the white wire. Now, this right here obviously should be the hot wire because you got 3 wires in this wire here. You got hot, ground, and neutral. So this would be the black/hot wire. So I'm going to trim my ends off right there. I'm going to take my strippers now. And yeah, see, peels right off sometimes, depending on how you cut it. So I got my neutral, my ground to the ground screw there, and my black wire, which is the hot. I'm gonna cut that back, and your strippers there have indications on what gauge wire you're using. So this is 12 wire. So I'm going to take that's that 12 circle is. I'm going to take that cut back. So I'm putting in the 12 gauge wire here. I'll cut my end off. So that's what electricity is going to get touch the source. Now, I'm going to take your take this right here, and pigtail my black wire to the black wire here, and my white wire to white, black to black, white to white. Simple. So you got your black wire, strand wire. You know, usually lights like this come with strand wire. All you gotta do is take you don't need your alignment, so just take your wire nut, make sure your wires are close together, and just twist them together. Twist the wire nut like that, clockwise. You know, that wire, the wire will just wrap around the other wire and make contact. Same thing with the white. I'll take your white wire, the same exact thing I just did with the black. So this is your mount bracket. You're going to take this, and these holes here are going to mount this. You're mount your mount bracket to these holes with the screws that keep in the box. So you take these little screws that came in the box and make sure screw them on. So, just get them hand tight for now. Alright guys, so what I did now, I put my mount bracket on there and tucked all the wire underneath of that. So now I'm just going to adjust my holes. I have two holes here on the light fixture. There's two holes. It should line up with two holes on top of this mounting bracket. So I'm going to line them up, screw it in. You can also adjust, like I show you, you can adjust these lights too, however you want them to shine, which way you want them to shine, stuff like that. So, all right, guys. So I'm tightening it down. I'm tightening down the light fixture here. I'm gonna adjust these lights in the direction I want them to shine. Okay, so the light fixture's tightened down and screwed in now. Sealed off that little gasket, styrofoam gasket. And I'm shining out that way to my front, the backyard, so I can light, and then I'm gonna. And the other one shine like down here, so I can light down here in case I have barbecuing at night, cooking at night. I'm probably going to put my barbecue fit over here. Alright, look, there you have it. That's how you check your wire. Install a light like this. Staple, run the wire. Stay tuned for more. Subscribe for some more. We'll definitely be doing some more how-tos, electrical stuff like this. That's all I got. Crocodile Buzz out, guys.